Hi, I'm present for Dominique's speech.
Okay. I failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. That is a quote from none other than Michael Jordan. Today I will talk to you guys about the Chicago Bulls organizations, players, and what they've done for the team and where they are today. Richard Dick Klein was the first owner and founder of the Chicago Bulls. It took $1.6 million to start the franchise, to have them join the NBA league and all of that stuff. Richard Dick Klein had some struggles to get that because before there was the Chicago Bulls, there were a lot of other teams that were trying to become known in Chicago, and they failed. So a lot of investors were hesitant to invest in the Chicago Bulls to get them started. So it took him a lot longer to get them to get on board and have them believe in him to become the Chicago Bulls. So once he got the investors on his side, he had to think of a name. And back then, the Bulls were Chicago was very known for the meat packing industry and things. So he wanted a name that would have some type of resemblance to that. So he was thinking of all these names, and he really didn't know. So he went home to his wife and his kids to think of names and things. And when he was telling them his ideas, his son was like, "Dad, that's Bull." And that's when he was like, "Oh my God, that's the best thing ever, the Bulls." And that's how the name actually came about. And that's how the Chicago Bulls became the Chicago Bulls. So the Bulls joined the NBA in the 1966 and 1967 season. And once they became a team, of course, you need players. So they, were in the draft with the other teams. But since they were the last team to join the NBA league, at that time it was 9 and the Bulls made the 10th. They only were able to select last from the draft. But Richard Dick Klein didn't mind that because he preferred veteran players over inexperienced college players. So he was trading a lot for you guys could have the draft picks if you give me some of your veterans off of your team, because that's how he preferred to have his team versus just getting all the new talent from college. So ended up with 18 players and 2 coaches, with some players such as Jerry Sloan and John Thompson and Jeff Mullins. And the first coach of the Chicago Bulls was Johnny Kerr, and the assistant coach was Al Beauchamp. I think that's how you say it. The first team of the Chicago Bulls in their first season, they went 33-48, which is kind of bad, but it was their first team, so it's the best they could do. But after all their struggles, a miracle happened, and in 1984 we got somebody called Michael Jordan, and that became the dynasty that we know today as one of the best to go down in history. And short after Jordan came, Phil Jackson became head coach in 1989, and that had all the three-peats between 1991 and 1993, and another three-peat in 1996, 1997, and 1998 seasons. And to help Michael Jordan, we had players such as Scottie Pippen, John Paxson, Bill Cartwright, Scottie Pippen. Yeah, I think I said that. But yeah, so they had those to help Michael Jordan get all those titles and make the Bulls really successful and go down as one of the best teams in history. And then shortly after Michael Jordan retired, Bulls went through a drought or whatever you could call it until the next superstar, Chicago native Derrick Rose, joined the team in the NBA draft in 2008. He was the youngest MVP at 22 years old, and he basically gave the city hope once again that we could get to where we used to be with MJ. Derrick Rose did so much for the Chicago Bulls organization. He helped them out and, basically made them a good team as well. And now in today's world, the Bulls, they have charity organizations, and their charities help the youth in the community with education, recreational programs, and social programs. And the Chicago Bulls is like one of the great organizations ever to be in the NBA league, and will always go down in history as one of the best organizations in NBA history. And Dick Klein did a really good thing for Chicago and really made the city happy. So, the Bulls organization was really a good one.